Well, you got an accepted offer. Woo! I love it. This is a pivotal time in the contract process, or the home selling process, I should say. I need to slow down. And I get so excited when we accept an offer, because this is the beautiful part, right? At the end of the day, when you're picking a real estate professional, that was in, I think it was number 2, essentially, you want to make sure your real estate agent is keeping you on track to follow contract guidelines. Right? So the one thing that you have to provide once we get an accepted offer is the seller property disclosure statement. Now this document is the cover your ass document, the CYA. And why I say that is, if you do not disclose things that have happened to your property, such as if we had a roof leak, or maybe we have termites, or things that have went on that property, you can actually be exposed to lawsuits, and we do not want to ever be there. I tell my clients, look, never be afraid to put in that document anything, because later on it won't come to bite you in the butt. Now, in conjunction with that document, you will be ordering what's called an insurance claims history report, and that happens after you get an accepted offer. Now, with an insurance claims history report, this report comes from your insurance company, and it also states on there if you've had any claims. We see a lot of roofing claims out here because we have high winds, and so there might be a roof replacement or roof repair, things like that, but a claim can be anything. You want to make sure that that claim is also listed on your seller property disclosures. So that's done within the first 5 days, and so that's in compliance with the contract. Essentially, the next steps of you being under contract is you want to prepare for an appraisal. We want the house in excellent shape, good condition. The appraiser is going to look, because the appraiser is actually ordered by the buyer's lender. The buyer's lender wants to protect their investment. If they are loaning $500,000 or $1 million, they're going to want to make sure the property is in good condition, right? They're going to want to make sure the property is priced accurately, so in the event the buyer defaults on their loan, they're not stuck holding the bag. So we want to get yourself prepped for that information, or that appraisal to come through. The next thing that we have to prepare for is the buyer's inspection, which we're going to go over in a couple of steps from now, because that's a whole nother process. But you want to go around the house and make sure that we've got light bulbs screwed in, your windows are working properly, that the little things that maybe we had to tighten a toilet, get that stuff done up front. It's all easy. The buyer inspection is a very thorough inspection, so you want to do the ticky-tacky stuff up front. Purchase contracts are line itemized to where you're going to see dates on them, that you have to make these dates. You're going to see the inspections on there. You're going to see the appraisal on there. And those are all contingencies in this contract, meaning during that 10-day inspection period, the buyer can cancel for any reason. And also after that 10-day inspection period, that appraisal contingency will be on there, meaning that if the house doesn't appraise for the purchase price, the value that is on that purchase contract, they can cancel and receive, for both of those items, a full refund of their earnest money. You do not get that earnest money back. They will receive a full refund if they cancel for those reasons. Now, other reasons a buyer can cancel is if they do not qualify. Now, this sounds weird, right? You feel like they got a pre-qualification, why wouldn't they qualify? And why do they get their earnest money back? Well, the buyer has the time to get all of their documentation in while we're under contract. And if for some or unforeseen reason outside of the buyer's control, that doesn't mean they went out and spent their down payment money on a brand new truck, but outside of their control that they didn't qualify, they can cancel the contract and end up receiving their earnest money back. So how do we here on our team, or myself as a team leader, protect you, the seller? We protect by timelines. We make sure that you're in compliance with the contract, getting the documents over to the other party in a timely manner. We interview the lenders to make sure they've turned in their paperwork prior to even accepting a contract. We validate that. We make sure, hey, do they have this down payment? Are they good on that? Do they need these seller concessions? So we vet those lenders. Now, nothing is a guarantee. I wish I could say it was. Nothing is a guarantee, because you can see all kinds of stuff come up at the end. We just had a client that lost a contract because the buyers didn't pay their taxes. Now, you can't find that out in the beginning. That's something actually that happened towards close of escrow. So always pay your taxes, because the government will come and get you. But we here on Team Minik make sure you are in compliance with the contract so it flows smoothly and easily. We get all your documents up front prior to even listing your property. So by this time, you should be kosher. Here's the deal. When it comes to going under contract, make sure that you have all your ducks in a row so it's a smooth sailing process.